This morning, Ocha Brigade arrests Mr. Eze for selling hard drugs. Students and pupils return to schools across Anambra State. Road contractors disagree over the construction of concrete roads. Bus collision kills over 20 persons in South Africa. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values that's giving maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Uchechukwu Ebonam. 32-year-old Ekene Eze from Nkano East Council area of Enugu State has narrated to ABS how he makes a living from peddling hard drugs in Onitsha and environs. The suspect was arrested and paraded at the headquarters of Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra Ocha Brigade in Oka. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike has the details.
According to Mr. Eze, some of the drugs he sells include crystal methamphetamine, popularly known as Mkulumili, cannabis sativa, popularly known as Igbo, and cocaine. He revealed that he brings the drugs into the state from Imo State and sells to both the young and the old. Mr. Eze added that he started the illegal business after serving as an apprentice to a man at Mbuka Obosi and has been in the business for months. On who patronizes him the most, Mr. Eze revealed that mostly commercial bus drivers and touts are his major customers. Mr. Eze pleaded for mercy and promised to turn a new leaf and learn another skill if forgiven. Addressing the press shortly after parading Mr. Eze and members of his syndicate, the public relations officer of Ocha Brigade, Mr. Anthony Abafne, said the suspected kingpin was arrested during the week in Onitsha, where he sells and supplies illicit drugs to all kinds of people. Mr. Abafne revealed that the interception was followed by a series of covert operations that led to the arrest of Mr. Eze and assured that after due documentation, the suspects will be handed over to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, for further investigation and prosecution.
Being that Ocha Brigade is a vessel for change, we are the last resort task force among the media, ministry department agencies. We cannot hear or see where crime within the environment causing a sort of a problem that Ocha Brigade will not delve in.
He advised youth to desist from using illicit drugs and to key into the Governor Chukwuma Soludo One Youth Two Skills initiative program going on in the 21 local government areas of the state, saying that the scope of the program will no longer give anyone the excuse of saying that they went into crime due to unemployment.
Public mission and private schools in Anambra State have resumed for the 2023-2024 academic session. ABS News crew went around Oka capital city and environ to monitor the resumption of schools. Correspondent Queen Adebogo filed the report.
Monitored include Iwebike Grammar School, Gear Secondary School, Capital City Secondary School, Community Primary School, St. Mary's Primary and Secondary Schools, Amife, Ezinato National and Atoeze Primary Schools, all in Oka, among others. When ABS News crew arrived at school, many of the staff were on ground for the business of the day, but students and pupils were very few in number in some of the schools, while in some no students or pupils were seen. In some of the schools, pupils and students were in attendance. They were seen clearing and cleaning their surroundings, while in some, students were already having classes. Speaking to the ABS, the principals of the secondary schools visited Mr. Jovita Arazu, Mrs. Amaka Nnekwe, Dr. Ndidi Okeke, and Professor Aike Mora, attributed the low students' attendance to phobia of the Monday sit at home, which is gradually phasing out. They affirmed that they and their staff are ready for the new academic section and advised parents and guardians to release their children, and was assuring them that Governor Chukwuma Soludo is on top of the security situation in the state.
Schools are supposed to resume, and it is Monday. You know the problem with Mondays, but our governor wants to reclaim that Monday. He has sent out so many circulars on that, and messages has gone around that every person should resume on Monday, students, teachers, workers. So that is why I'm here. I've been here since 7 o'clock. My teachers are coming.
We are fully equipped. We have already given out the diaries. I gave them their diaries, their registers, and we distributed jobs. We're just here to take off. That's just it. We are ready.
Okay. For Mrs. Chinenye Agu of Ezinato National Primary School, Oka, pupils who refuse to come to school on Mondays will not find it funny with her.
We are not the one that will bring them to school, but we will still tell the parents to make sure they are coming on Mondays. Okay. But we will start punishing them now. Anybody that did not come on Monday, on Tuesday, we ask the person to do one punishment or the other so that it will make them to come to school on Mondays.
It was gathered that the schools are going to have corridor or resumption tests tomorrow.
One Chinedu Ezodo, a native of Ndeba village, is an Aswa community in Oka South local government area of Anambra State, has been arrested for allegedly leaking, blackmailing and selling of nude video of a young woman. According to the victim, she lost her memory card in March 2023, but was started out by Chinedu in the month of June requesting for a huge amount of money in order not to leak the nude videos. Upon her refusal to pay, the suspect Chinedu threatened to post a video on all social media handles that was confronted by the husband of the victim and asked to delete the video without knowing that he had already duplicated it. The suspect, after the confrontation by a relative who was the husband of the victim, went ahead to release the video on Facebook, WhatsApp and other social media platforms, including selling the video at the price of 3,000 naira and above in order to make money. When the incident was reported to the Office of the Commissioner for Women and Social Welfare, Anambra State, by the victim, accompanied by Honorable Ejike Okechukwu representing Anochatu at the State House of Assembly, who also played a big role in assisting the Commissioner with the case, the suspect was quickly arrested by the Anambra State Police Command. The suspect, who is currently at the police custody, is said to be in his 20s and will be arraigned before the Children's Sexual and Gender-Based Violence Court in Oka. Amid the lingering disagreements between the Ministry of Works, David Umahi, and road contractors over the plan to dump asphalt for concrete roads, the minister says he has briefed President Bola Tinubu on the development. As a result, Umahi told State House correspondents he would fight contractors on the issue, saying he believed concrete-made roads would last longer than asphalt roads. Road contractors have urged that the cost of changing from asphalt to concrete technology, as well as the cost of importing heavy-duty road equipment for the new technology, may be too high for the government to shoulder at the moment. As a result, the road construction firms advise the government to set a time frame for the shift from asphalt to concrete technology. The contractors had protested against the directive, describing the move by Umahi as an alleged breach of contract that could lead to huge losses on the part of the government. On business, the Chairman, Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Mohammed Shehu, RMAFC, says Nigerians must endeavor to pay their taxes to boost government revenue and improve service delivery. This is as RMAFC boss noted that less than 40 million Nigerians are presently captured in the tax net and paying taxes. Shehu, in an interview, also clarified that political office holders in Nigeria did not earn outrageous emoluments as speculated by Nigerians. The RMAFC boss also hinted that the commission developed software to enhance transparency in revenue generation and sharing amongst the three tiers of government. He commended the idea of a tax reform committee recently set up by President Bola Tinubu. He said that the committee will do a lot to include economic players from the informal sector in a tax net. At least 20 people, mostly mine workers, were killed in South Africa's Limpopo province after a bus they were traveling in erupted in flames following a head-on collision with a truck, state media reported. The Limpopo Transport Department said that 20 people were confirmed dead on the scene, while 2 others died at the hospital. It is not immediately known how many people were on the bus and if there were any survivors. The transport agency added the vehicles collided on the major road between Mushina town and Venetian mine in the northern Limpopo province. The Venetian mine is South Africa's largest diamond producer. From the world of sports, Sao Tome and Principe have withdrawn from the 2024 Africa Women's Cup of Nations qualifying race. Sao Tome and Principe were scheduled to take on the Super Falcons in the first round qualifying fixture later this month. It was learned that the country's football authorities have already communicated their decision to the Confederation of African Football, CAF. 9-time champions Super Falcons have now secured a berth in the second round without kicking a ball. The Nigerian girls will take on the winner of the tie between Cape Verde and Liberia in the second round. The winner of that contest will compete at the 2024 WAFCON, which will be hosted by Morocco. This Super Falcons finished in 4th position at the last edition of the competition, also hosted by Morocco. The founder, Ugom Muta Foundation, Professor Francis Okafor, has led family members, friends and well-wishers to mourn his son-in-law, the late Mr. Robert Ugochukwu Onebunne, who was aged 48. Mr. Dr. Onebunne, who was buried at his country home, Umwe-Bili village, Ole-Kulobia, in Agwata local government area until his death, was the Chief Medical Officer, United Nations Support Office, UNSO, in Somalia. Our correspondent, David Okwasley, has the rest of the story.
That was the mood at the country home of the late Dr. Onebunne, where his body lied in state to be given his last respects by close family members and relatives before leaving for Immaculate Heart of Mary Parish, Ekwulobia, for a special holy mass in his honor. At the church, a litany of priests, Catholic faithful, family, friends and many other mourners were on hand to receive his body, pray and commit his soul to peaceful repose. For a man described by many as an achiever, a mentor, a motivator, a godly and selfless man, it was therefore not surprising that the funeral mass attracted many dignitaries from within and outside the state, including the traditional ruler of Ekwulobia, Igwe Emmanuel Onyeneka, and his wife, a former chairman, Agwata local government area, Chief Titus Anabogo, members of Old Seminarians Association of Nigeria, OSEN, and former colleagues of the late Dr. Onebunne at United Nations Support Office in Somalia. Delivering the homily at the funeral mass, a visiting priest, Reverend Father Boniface Ezeoke, who was also a former schoolmate of the deceased at All Hallows Seminary Onitsha, reflected on the ephemerality of life and underscored the importance that every human being, especially Christians, must strive to live an impactful life while on earth.
Roberts was a very cool and calculated person. Somebody who puts in every effort in his profession, caring for the sick, curing the sick. In many countries, the last country, Somalia, back on Oyawe Bido.
If humility were a human being, then that person was my husband. Very hardworking, extremely humble.
I remember him making the was it pounded yam or something like that? It was yam porridge. And I think fondly to it because I remember my dad as someone who was a very good caregiver. When I was sick, he took care of me. I also remember when I had very bad malaria and he patted me down with warm cloths and gave me medicine. I remember mixing Fanta with fresh medicine.
Other mourners, including Professor Lawrence Okoro, who led the delegation of the United Nations Support Office Somalia to the burial ceremony, and the former mayor of Agwata local government area, Chief Anabogo, said the deceased was a peace builder whose achievements will outlive him. An elder brother to the deceased, Mr. Joseph Onebunne, who gave the vote of thanks on behalf of the Onebunne family, said he is proud to identify with the late Dr. Onebunne, who gave his life to improve the quality of other people's lives, and pray that the good Lord will accept his soul into his bosom. From Epulobi.
Before we go, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS TV from many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Go on to subscribe to our YouTube channel at ABS Television Oka. We are on Twitter at ABS Radio TV. You can see us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Now the main point that made the news again this morning. Ocha Brigade has arrested Mr. Eze for selling hard drugs. Students and pupils have returned to schools across Anambra State. Road contractors have disagreed over the construction of concrete roads. And finally, we're told you from faraway Africa, a bus collision has killed over 20 persons in South Africa. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total around maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. That's given maximum support for the task ahead. And that's all in the news this morning. My name is Uche Chukwu Ebonam. Be good.